What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content daily. We also stream over on Twitch at This Is Aftersound, so come by and say hello. All right, we had another town hall yesterday. This was on February 16th, 2022. So, giving you my 5 biggest takeaways. Just a quick caveat, as I usually say, this is not a summary video. This is not a recap. This is just the 5 things that caught my attention while I was listening and that I wanted to expand on a little bit more. There are other awesome content creators out there that are putting together full summaries, and I would highly recommend checking them out, showing some support. And what I'm looking at here is the official Peak D blog post by the Splinterlands team regarding the full summary of the town hall. It's still early morning for me here, guys, so forgive me. Okay, here we go. I like to give a little bit of a visual for notes as I go along. So let's start with number 1. Wakka Spirit Blade. The first of many to come is what we are told. Now, this isn't necessarily new news. We knew that, Wakka Spirit Blade was more so a proof of concept, and I think that's great. I honestly think it's great. There's some interesting chatter happening in the, not to be confused with the team member name chatter, but there's some interesting discussion being had on the Maverick chat within Discord, and probably on the broader Discord channel as well, about the effectiveness of this campaign and looking at the statistics and the return ROI that we got from this, right? Because there hasn't been as much coverage or as much reach, it seems, or interaction with Wakka's different social media platforms and posts. So I think at the end of the day, and this was somewhat alluded to in the AMA, this was more so to be a proof of concept, right? Like, nothing against Wakka or his music or his persona or anything, but I'm sure many folks will agree that there are always going to be, well, let me put it this way. It's a difference of opinion, right? It's subjective. People will always think that there is a better person to go after as a ambassador for the game and as somebody that we should work with in terms of a partnership. So the thing is, getting Wakka, whether he's your first choice or your last choice, doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, he's an influencer and therefore has some reach, and more importantly, has a platform that we can now, because we've worked with him, focus on getting other people saying, like, here was a successful thing that we did. We made a card based on this person. We would love to make a card with you or do something cool promotionally with you and add it into the game, immortalize you. So that being said, if this is the first of many to come, I'm not going to judge it so harshly on its performance, right? Because again, I think it's more so a proof of concept and a way to add utility to SPS and vouchers in ways that we hadn't really seen before, right? So again, vouchers are still very, very new. They only started dropping in October, and they only had one purpose, and that purpose has gotten devalued over time, right? It was first for, it was all for Chaos Legion, but it was first for the pre-sale, then for the phase 2, and now it's just being used for bonus packs. So vouchers here are now being given another utility, and as we're being told in the future, there'll be more partnerships like this. That utility will remain, if not further grow. Okay, so those are my thoughts on Wakka right now. I don't think that I'm going to be in a position to get the card. At least I don't want to spend the extra cash to scoop up vouchers. I'm not sure what the price is right now, but when I look at it personally, that money would be better spent maxing out my Chaos Legion deck. Maybe if my deck for Chaos Legion was maxed out, I'd feel differently, but I would rather take the vouchers that I have, use them for more packs, or use them for, sell them and use the cash to buy individual cards and level up my deck that way. So that's kind of an aside from where we're at. Those are my thoughts on the Wakka thing, and that is what was shared. So number 2, there's a lot of chatter. Again, I'm going to keep saying chatter just because it's on my mind, but not the team member, but there's a lot of talk, I should say, over the past couple of town halls about the upcoming redesign to the rewards economy. Now, one thing that was mentioned by Agrod specifically, and I'm paraphrasing here, but I think I'm paraphrasing very closely, was something like, if you're in bronze, it sucks to get one chest. So what they may end up doing is have league-specific reward chests. So let's say you're in bronze, you'll get 6 bronze chests, rather than getting, one of the only type of chest that there is. So again, going back to the fact that the amount of packs or the percentage chance of packs available to you are different at higher leagues, right? They're higher at higher leagues than they are at lower leagues. That to me is just the first step of this, and I wouldn't be surprised to see higher level cards or better chances of cards being available in higher level in higher leagues. So that could be interesting. It would make, I haven't played in Bronze in a while. I know many people here probably do. But I can tell you from the days that when I did play in Bronze, opening one chest, like going through all that struggle to open one chest, kind of sucked. So it was, I can understand the frustration, right? In Gold 2, I get 7 chests now, and that's nice. And I still sometimes come away with garbage, right? Like just some DEC and potions and maybe a common card. So I understand the frustration. And I think what this will do will at least increase the incentive for people playing no matter what league they're in, right? Yes, they're going to be Bronze specific chests, but now you get a higher, or not necessarily higher chance, but more rolls of the dice, shall we put it, in order to get something really cool in those Bronze chests or Silver chests or Gold chests or whatever the case is. So that was a cool kind of drop there or reveal. Again, all of this is still speculative. We don't have any details on it, but I thought that was interesting. All right, third one. They got a question specifically about Battle Pass and skills and how using this as a way to bring more money into the ecosystem, really, to show and add value and to have limited edition offerings, right? So if you've played any of these games that have battle passes, so again, the biggest example that I'm going to give is Fortnite because I'm familiar with it, where every couple of months there is a battle pass. And within that battle pass, you can get limited edition skins and limited edition like in-game cosmetic items. So that would be interesting if that were implemented somewhere within Splinterlands. Now, the skins part of this is where Nate provided some pushback. And I'm going to echo Nate's sentiments here because when it comes to skins, if they're going to cover up the cards completely, as it stands, it's already difficult enough to know what each of the cards does. There's such a wide catalog of cards. Then, on top of that, these cards all do different things at different levels. So to be aware of that and to not be able to recognize it quickly when you are, I guess what you're putting together your own team, but when you're trying to understand a battle can get very confusing very quickly. And what Nate was saying is once you get the implementation of land, you'll have the second phase, and so an additional step in the battle where you get to view the battlefield. And if you cannot recognize the monsters right away, then you're losing precious time from that 1 minute or 2 minutes, whatever that you get. So I understand that, and I think that's very important. The flip side, and Nate actually kind of addressed this, was the easy fix is to have it so that cards all look the same unless you hover over them, at which point they will reveal a skin. Now, if you're going to buy a skin and it's not going to show unless somebody actually looks to go and check it out, I don't know if the value for a skin, right, if the incentive to buy a skin is there. But that does fix the whole let's standardize everything within the game, and then anything cosmetic is somebody taking the extra time to go check it out. So again, I've never been big on skins unless they add some kind of utility to it. From a cosmetic standpoint, skins have never mattered to me in any game that I've played. It's for me the most important thing is the gameplay and being able to understand that. But I understand, and I can totally. Not relate, but let me just put it this way. I can understand people who get excited about skins, and it's cool. It's cool. And I hope that there's a way that they can add that in at some point to appease those group of people. For me, it's not a big one, but if this is another way for others to engage more so within the game, to have limited edition items that they can, show off to their friends, family, other players, I'm all for it, right? If it's something that gets people excited, then all for it. But I do want to echo Nate's sentiments and concerns and potentially some fixes to that. So we'll see what happens in the future. All right, number 4, this is cool. As I do stream, there is a streamer mode being worked on, and what's the issue is that if you're streaming, and especially if you're streaming like tournaments, for example, you are going to see the winners of tournaments before you even get to check out the battle. And that takes a lot of the excitement out. So I haven't specifically streamed any tournaments myself. Well, I mean, sorry, I have in tournaments that I've played, but I think what's important for esports specifically is to be able to display this as a competition where nobody knows what the outcome is until the outcome is given to you, right? So until we see it happening unfold before us. So the thing is, a lot of amazing streamers right now will stream the tournaments that they run or that others run, and provide commentary. And the thing is, you go into it and it's just like you look at the battles, the battle list, and it's just like, here's the winner. Go ahead and watch their battle. Whereas it'd be nice if it was the other way around, like watch their battle to see who wins, right? So that coming, I think, could be really, really cool for the streamer mode. It would make things a little bit more exciting for those that are just following along, and just watching, right? Because if you're in the game, you can probably go check it out yourself. A lot of these are going to have, a lot of these tournaments are open or public, so you can go and just check them out. But, it'll make it more exciting for people that want to watch, and then more exciting, obviously, for the people who are streaming this or displaying it and providing some commentary. So I think that would be really cool. I would love to get into stuff like that. I would love to get into tournaments or doing tournaments for this channel. So that's something that's been on my mind lately, but have not figured out how to implement fully. So maybe keep an eye out for that while I think about it a little bit more. All right, last one, number 5. Bear market marketing. So this is something that Chatter mentioned, and yes, now I'm referring to Chatter, the team member, and then Agro kind of echoed afterwards or followed up on. I'll be honest, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way initially, because I was just like, when talking about the effectiveness of marketing, to blame a bear market, I don't know. It seems like an easy scapegoat. But I'm trying to be, and I am empathetic to it, because the thing is, there's just so much liquidity taken out, right? So I can understand where the team is coming from when they're saying this. And actually, I'll even agree with them. It was something that caught me so off guard, because I was like, oh, like, it's just such an easy thing to be, to throw under the bus and be like, it's a bear market, right? But the truth of the matter is that we are in a bear market. So, until Bitcoin shows any signs of life, we're going to be in this state. And I've talked about this several times on the channel, because, if we do follow the cyclical nature of Bitcoin and the halving cycle, there's a chance that we go deep bear, that we don't really recover from this and hit new all-time highs until 2025. So are you ready to wait for 3 years? And getting back to the marketing side of this, like how effective can marketing be in, over the next 3 years, if we were to stay in this kind of bear market, or just even in like an accumulation mode? Now, at the end of the day, I'm not trying to take anything away from the team or, dismiss their efforts. I'm not a marketing expert by any means. So I want to very clearly say that, and very clearly say that I'm not trying to overstep or say anything about the efforts that Chatter or the team have put in. I think they've been great. And at the end of the day, what everybody has to realize, we're also critical, right? It's easy to be critical, but what you have to realize is that Splinterlands experienced some phenomenal growth last year, and now they have the capital to go out and experiment with certain things. So not everything is going to work. And if you're going to sit here and shoot down all these things because the performance wasn't there, I think you're missing the point entirely. I think the point is that now there's some capital to put in. Now, I don't want them to spend all of their marketing on one specific thing, right? Because then you're shooting one bullet, and if you miss, that's a huge miss. But I don't mind them like trying out different things, like the Brave ads, like the Waka partnership, like the billboards. Like, that's fine. Let's see where the returns come in. Let's see, what happens. And again, I'm not an expert, and I'm gonna bet respectfully that you listening are not an expert. And if you are an expert on marketing, then go help the team. Like, try to offer some kind of help or service or whatever that you can, or consulting, whatever it is, to help the team figure out how to compete in a very competitive landscape when it comes to advertising. So that's really my take on it. Like I said, the bear market it's going to be blamed for a lot of things, but at the end of the day, it's an easy scapegoat because it's true. When we were hitting all-time highs in October and November, it's because Bitcoin was really pushing the limits, pushing the new all-time highs. So, it makes sense. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of liquidity that comes in. There's a new player interest. And once that dries up, once that goes away, things get quiet for a while. So I do believe in the team's ability to do effective marketing. And if things don't work out here and there, it's only February, guys. It's only February. I'm still very bullish on Splinterlands long term. I don't even want to say 2022, but there's a lot in the pipeline already planned for 2022 from an SPS roadmap standpoint, from a game development standpoint, from a marketing standpoint. So, I guess let's just all take a collective deep breath and focus on accumulating right now, because here's the thing, and this is something that was on my mind recently. It's just like we all want the prices of the in-game assets to go up. But as soon as they go up, everybody's going to complain about being priced out. Even the people who are here right now playing the game, I, myself, as much as I want, everything within Splinterlands to moon, I'm going to complain about the fact that it'll be so much more difficult for me to get a maxed out Chaos Legion deck now, because, the prices are just going to be out of control. So, let's just take this time for what it is, bear market, whatever you want to call it, and accumulate and continue showing up every day, reinvesting assets in or rediversifying assets in, taking your winnings, taking your rewards, and building up your deck. And again, this is a game, so if you're not having fun with it, then I think you need to reflect on what your relationship to Splinterlands is. And I say that with the utmost sincerity and respect, right? It's just, this is supposed to be a game. If you're looking at this purely as a money-making scheme and you're upset about it, there are liquidity pools offering hundreds of %, right? So just keep that in mind, that if you're not enjoying this as a game, then maybe it's time to take a look at what you are here for. And then if Splinterlands is not delivering that to you, then go look elsewhere. And I'm saying that with the utmost sincerity and respect. Like, it's just, don't stay somewhere where you're going to be upset and just be complaining about something the entire time. It's not good for you. It's not good for the community. So that's just what it is. All right, I'm going to get off my soapbox now and go grab a little more coffee. Have an amazing rest of your day, guys. I will catch you all in the next video. I will see you around the game, and yeah, take care.